cut. You're supposed to drink the water before you start recording. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to catch up on some GTA. For those that don't know, my Elgato was out of commission. They sent me a new one, got that Saturday, and then an ice storm knocked out my internet. So I've been behind on GTA. We've got 4 DLC vehicles to build. We're going to build the Sea Sparrow, the Caracara, which is basically like a Raptor pickup with a machine gun in the back. We're going to build a Flash GT that looks like a pretty cool rally car. And last but not least, my personal favorite, we're going to build the Wiener. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, guys, we're pushing to 100 subs. If you have not subbed, please subscribe and hit that like button on this video. It's much appreciated. Thank you for all the support. Let's go ahead and get rolling. Alright guys, so in the interest of time, I've already purchased the vehicles, but I wanted to show you the prices as well as read you the description. So starting with the Vapid Flash GT, $1,675,000 is what this will set you back. The description is, you know how it is. One moment you're driving to the store, the next you've succumbed to an overwhelming desire to tear some fresh holes in the asphalt. Your doctor says you need an extensive psychiatric treatment, but at Vapid, we understand that all you need is the right car. Specifically, one that's both a nimble little runner and a demented little hatchback that's forever on the edge of tearing itself into hot little pieces. Let the therapy begin. So that's the Flash GT. Looks a little bit like the Ford Focus RS, which is actually a badass little car. We have another Ford. The Caracara is basically a Raptor with 6 wheels and a machine gun. It will set you back $1,775,000. And the description reads, your mom lied. Size matters. Damn, his mom lied. Wow. Anyway, not a conversation you want to have with your mom. But, back to the description. And while you're at it, no one cares what you're like on the inside. Money and power are the most important things in life. And naked sociopathic aggression is demonstrably the best way to get ahead in everything you do. Now you've taken all that on board, your choice of vehicle has already been made. Welcome to the Caracara. Time to hop in and spread the word. This vehicle can be modified in your Avenger or if you have the MOC with the duping center with a vehicle workshop, you can modify it there because it's got a weapon. Alright, and then moving on to my personal favorite, the Weeny Issi Classic. So this is going to set you back a pretty affordable $360,000. The description says, sure you could afford the latest Ocelot or a vintage Innis, but you're not a show-off. You're just slightly quirky, totally down-to-earth person looking for a way to tell everyone how slightly quirky and totally down-to-earth you are. Well, look no further, because for the first half-century, the Issi Classic has been the closest thing on 4 wheels to screaming, I've got nothing to prove to anyone, in the face of every stranger you meet. So it looks obviously like a Mini Cooper, and there's actually a new game mode that goes along with this vehicle, so that's pretty cool. We'll check that out at some point as well. And then last but not least, the vehicle that everybody wanted to pick up crates from the ocean. And what else you'll use this for, I'm not sure. But it is the Sea Sparrow, and it will set you back $1,815,000. Pretty reasonable for a helicopter. One day, and it's always sooner than you think, you're going to find yourself in a position where you need to stage an amphibious landing in a fragile miniature helicopter capable of firing off dozens of rounds a second. And you're going to look back at this moment right now and be very glad you made the right choice. This aircraft is excluded from Pegasus. You have to keep it in your hangar. So yeah, you're going to have a hangar to store this vehicle. So, anyway, those are the vehicles. Let's go ahead and start with the build. Alright guys, here we are with the Vapid Flash GT. That was weird. Alright guys, I don't know what I did there. But anyway, Vapid Flash GT. So we've got 23 customization options. Let's go ahead and quickly go through the easy ones. Brakes, engine, of course we're going to go all the way. That's what she said. Let's go ahead and look at our exhaust. We've got some back and some side. Let's go with the side carbon here. Side carbon exhaust purchased. No, we don't want any explosives. Let's look at our bumpers. Looks like we're just looking at basic splitters here. Let's go ahead and throw a carbon splitter on the front. Let's go ahead and see if we can't find a carbon hood. Again, pretty basic on the hoods here. Horn. Let's go ahead and throw my favorite horn of all time on, the Doe High, guaranteed to annoy the piss out of anyone. Lights, we'll go ahead and throw the xenons on, and we will wait on the neons. Let's see here, plate, we'll flip that real quick. And then roof. Roof's kind of boring, looks like just a scoop here. I guess we'll go with carbon. Let's go ahead and throw a carbon scoop there. Sun strip. Let's go with the Vapid Racing Sun Strip. Alright, and then because, oh, I'm sorry, skirts. So let's go ahead and throw some skirts on, and then because I'm really indecisive with, you know, as far as painting the car, after we do this wing here, I'm going to go ahead and speed up my color selection process, so you guys don't have to watch me change my mind a whole bunch of times. Race suspension. Transmission, this is all standard again, guys. Go ahead, turbocharge this biatch. Alright, windows, and then I think we are ready to paint. Yeah, alright. You know what, let's look at the liveries real quick to see if one will match up with our color. Okay, the checker flag's pretty cool. So we got stripes, checker flag, Celltown, zero gas, piss water, globe oil. I really don't like the globe oil colors. That junk is pretty sweet though. So is that. Let's go with the junk. Alright, so I'm going to try to find a color to match the junk. So let's go ahead and speed this part up. And sped up for your entertainment purposes. Wow, look at that. Look how quickly I'm whizzing through these colors. Yeah, this would have been really bad. I have a tendency to take, like, I don't know, half an hour looking at colors. So originally I was going to go with some kind of a sea green color, which is what I'm trying to build right here. But you know, it didn't really pan out. You can do interior trim on this as well. I slowed down here just so you guys can see that. There's a lot of options. Crew emblem, of course. So that's what my first thought was. Didn't turn out that great. So I was flipping through and I thought that purple looked pretty sick. But of course, I wanted to make sure there wasn't a better option. So I flipped through some more colors, and I ended up landing on the purple. And there it is. I think it looks pretty sweet. Looking at our pearlescence, I threw an ultra blue pearlescent on top of that. So that is the shafter purple with the ultra blue pearlescent, I believe, or maybe the bright purple. And then that junk livery. So yeah, that looks pretty good. As far as wheels, I did switch them up because I wanted to paint them. So they didn't really have a good purple or blue or green, so I actually ended up going with white wheels, so we'll throw those on. Those look pretty sick, I think. And I think that's it. I think we're done. Oh, yeah, tires, I did go with the custom tires. Of course, tire enhancements for the bulletproof tires on, and then tire smoke. And yeah, I've already got the neon kit on there, so we should be driving out right after this. Or right after this. Or after this. Or how about now? Alright. So, I think this car looks pretty sick. It's actually my favorite of the new cars, of the four that we built. Well, the helicopter's pretty sick, but it drives pretty nice, looks pretty nice. As far as is it a good value? Probably not. It's, you know, $1.5 million, and it's, you know, not gonna probably be near the top for any of our racing categories. If you want to know the performance, definitely check out Brophy1322. He's on YouTube. He is the king of testing vehicles in GTA, in my opinion. He does a phenomenal job. But let's go ahead and open it up, take a look real quick. So for whatever reason, the hatch doesn't open on this vehicle, nor does it open on the new Mini Cooper, which you guys will see here in a little bit. But the interior is pretty detailed. I like the aluminum floorboards. Yeah, I really like the look of the back hatch with the tinted window. The blue seats look pretty cool. So overall, it's a pretty sweet vehicle, and it drives pretty decent in my opinion. That's just an objective opinion, not you know, performance testing. But I like the way it drives. All right. on to the next one. Wow, that was a quick transition. All right, so anyway, here we go. This is the Wiener, or Weeny, I guess. This is the Weeny Issi Classic, or Issi Classic? Issi Classic. It's basically a little Mini Cooper, I believe, and it actually has its own vehicle mode. So if you guys have seen the movie The Italian Job, with let's see who's in The Italian Job. Edward Norton is in the Italian Job. Let's see who else. Donald Sutherland is in The Italian Job. Who else? Is Mark Wahlberg in The Italian Job? I think he is. As well as oh, what is her name? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, she was in Monster. She was in Reindeer Games. Oh, damn. Why am I... Oh, it's going to bother the shit out of me. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, there's some pretty famous blonde actress also in it. And there's a scene in the movie where it's like a heist movie. And they steal something. I don't know. They steal something. And anyways, they transport it in Mini Coopers. They have to drive it down a tunnel. And, you know, the tunnel that they drive it down, they use the cars. And so I guess there's like a game mode like that. You know, and then getting back to the build, I apologize. I guess I should be narrating both. So this has some pretty unique exhaust ports on the back. I had a hard time choosing. I like to pick different things if they're available. I also like the hoods on this vehicle. The fender flares aren't that big of a deal. We'll check the hoods out here in just a second. Skirts are pretty standard on this vehicle. For whatever reason, you can do those sticker things. I think that those are hideous, but you can throw the sticker look on if you want to. But anyway, yeah, so the unique upgrades on this vehicle, the exhaust out of the rear hatch is pretty cool. And then there's a couple different grille options. A lot of them look the same, to be honest. And then there's some cool hoods. I would say that those are the most unique upgrades on this vehicle. Take a look here in a second at the different hood options. So you can have no hood. You can have a carbon fiber hood, a sticker hood, and then they've got all sorts of different ports in the front. So I had a hard time choosing between the 3 ports and then this offset one here. And I ultimately went with the offset one because I liked the top. I liked how it you know, had an exposed, I guess that'd be air filter at the top. So that's what I went with. And then plus, it looked really cool when I went to the liveries. I actually threw the offset stripe on the other side, so I thought that looked pretty cool. Doe high horn again. Lights, let's go ahead and throw some xenon headlights on there. And then neon kits, I'm not sure what color yet. So here's the liveries. So we've got classic white stripes, checker fade, the weenie. I really like this. So you got your offset stripe. Well, I'll run through the rest of them real quick, but I actually went with the weenie. So anyways, I don't know why anybody would pick shitty car look. So you've got your offset double stripe, and then you've got the weenie logo on the top, and also it's on the roof and then on the side. And why wouldn't you want to drive around a car that says weenie? So that's what I went with. I did not put a roof option on because I liked to have my weenie right in the corner above my head. That's where I usually keep my weenie. So I keep my weenie in a few places. I keep it on the back quarter panel on the left side. I keep it above my head. I keep it on the roof, above my head. I also keep it on the right door. And then, yeah, it's a pretty talented weenie. I keep it all over the place. So yeah, so have fun with that, guys. You guys can put your weenie wherever you want to. Oh, I like the plate in the front. I didn't even notice that the first time around. Wow, that's cool. I did not realize that this has a front plate. That's really cool. Wheels, I went with a classic mini wheel. I believe that's pretty close to what the Mini Cooper actually comes with. Not that one. Not that one. Go back. Go back. Come on, go back. That's not what you're going to pick. That's not what you're going to pick. You're going to pick the Mini Cooper wheel. Just go back. Come on. You're wasting time. Anywho, I apologize. past me is taking too long, so future me is narrating too quickly. So there you go. Went with the Mini Cooper wheel in black, and then I did look at a couple different colors, but ultimately this orange was just way too cool. So again, in the interest of time, I have sped up the color selection process. Here you go. Alright, well, I'll try to actually find that music next time, but I'd probably get a copyright strike. So yeah, so I played around with the pearlescence a little bit, but I thought that orange was just pretty sick. And then for the interior trim, you can change the interior trim on this as well. I ended up going with, I'm getting a little bit ahead of the video, but anyway, British Racing Green. Because this is a British car and I wanted to have, pay some homage to that, I threw the British Racing Green trim in, and I think it looks pretty good with the orange and the wood. So, British Racing Green it is. And let's go ahead and exit so you guys can check this thing out. It's pretty sick. I actually like this car too. But I'm a car collector, so, is it useful? I don't know. Is it cool to own? I think so. It's pretty fucking cool. Drives actually better than the other Mini as well. A lot better. Like, a lot better. Although, admittedly, I've never fully upgraded that Mini, so maybe if that Mini was fully upgraded, it would drive better too. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and open up the doors real quick. Again, for whatever reason, the back hatch doesn't open. That's kind of disappointing. I like the little colored engine block. That's pretty cool. And then the seats, I like the detail of the seats. It's a pretty cool car. I really like the exhaust coming out of the back hatch. That's pretty cool. So that's about it for this car, guys. We're going to go ahead and build the Raptor pickup next. So let's go ahead and get back in the car here and head on over to the Raptor. That one we're going to upgrade in the Avenger. I apologize, it's not really the best venue for like showing you guys upgrading. You guys know the Avenger, you can't really spin the camera around, so it kind of sucks, but unfortunately that's the only place that I can upgrade the Avenger. I mean, I could upgrade in the MOC, but that'd be about the same. Alright, so, I mean, it's not Avenger, Raptor. Alright, so this is definitely a Ford F-150 Raptor. 15 options, not a lot. You couldn't really customize a ton on here, but, I find the closer that the vehicles are to actual vehicles, the less, what's the word? Okay, let's try that again. The closer that the vehicle is to an actual vehicle in terms of looks, the fewer physical customization options that they give you, because I think they want the vehicle to look, like what they intended it to look. This one you can throw on all the different camouflage liveries if you want to, so that's an option. Nothing new, unfortunately, so kind of boring there. Again, all of this is standard turbo tuning. My driving impressions, surprisingly, this drives pretty nicely for a big old truck. I'm not a big truck guy in this game. Most of them drive like dog shit. But this one drives like solid dog shit that you can pick up versus like mushy dog shit that, that really sucks to pick up. So this would be like the least stinky dog shit that you could pick up. That's kind of how it drives. Went ahead and threw some black wheels on there. Bulletproof tires, of course. I did not go with the all-terrain. I thought that was kind of cheesy. Tire smoke. And then just to switch it up, I was going to leave it blue, but just to switch it up a little bit, I went with like a purpley blue. So let's go ahead and speed this up so you guys don't have to look at me being indecisive. Color selection. I really need a color selection theme song, I think, to play through that part. Maybe I'll put one in. Probably not. Charlize Theron is who I was thinking of. That's who's in Reindeer Games, as well as now I can't think of the movie. Charlize Theron is in. Holy shit, that sucks. Anyways, yeah, so Charlize Theron is in the movie that I was trying to think of earlier that I can't think of now. So I found the actress and I lost the movie. The Italian Job. Charlize Theron is in The Italian Job. There we go. Winning. Ding, 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 ding. And through the magic of teleportation, we're going to go ahead and exit the Avenger and end up on a parking garage roof so you guys can check this thing out. Alright. So, I really like the looks of this truck. It's pretty sharp. Definitely looks like an F-150 Raptor, although with 6 wheels or an extra axle, if you will. I went ahead and threw the crew emblem on the door. That is the monster emblem. Let's open it up. Engine's pretty standard. You've got your front and rear seats, so this can hold 4 people. It drives way better than the other, like the Mercedes-looking 6-wheel vehicle, I can tell you that. And then, of course, if you hold Y, you can climb in the back. And let's go ahead and check out the upgraded minigun and see how it shoots. Which is pretty much like any other minigun. Pretty good. Not bad. No protection, of course, so you'd get killed pretty quick. But it'd be good against NPCs, I'm sure. Alright, so one vehicle left. The Sea Sparrow. This reminds me of, if you guys have seen the 1960s Batman, this reminds me of the Batcopter from the 1960s Batman movie. Not a lot of options on this. Pretty standard, pretty quick to upgrade. And I went ahead and painted it yellow to match my Havoc helicopter. You can choose between a 50 caliber machine gun or homing missiles. You can't choose both. You do have non-lock-on missiles as well if you choose missiles. Of course, that's the way I went. And then, you know, just paint the chassis and you paint the pontoons. So this is pretty quick. I already knew what I was going to do. We went yellow, and then I think with a pearlescent, a gold pearlescent, and then the black pontoons. So surprisingly, this flies pretty well. And this is the helicopter that you've always wanted to run crate missions in the ocean. So now you have it. I wouldn't say it flies quite as well as the Buzzard, but it's on par. It's a pretty easy or forgiving helicopter to fly. We'll go ahead and get out in the air here in just a second, and you guys can see how it flies. Oh, I would recommend the race handling based on my experience. I've not tried the other ones, but the race handling was not hard to fly at all. Some vehicles it is. This one flies pretty well. So go ahead and get the race handling with confidence. You have my seal of approval. I promise you won't regret it. All right, so let's go ahead and try out the premier feature of the Sea Sparrow, landing on water. So we went over here and found ourselves a nice giant body of water, which conveniently was right here. I'll show you guys one thing that I was not anticipating when I landed. So you can land, you can get out, get back in, you can climb on the pontoons, but when you land, I kind of jumped right out. The helicopter has a tendency to keep skidding forward. Like, I guess I didn't stop it completely, so I sped this up. It took me quite a bit of swimming to catch up to it. I mean, eventually I'm sure I would have, but make sure you stop the helicopter completely if you want to make a quick exit. So back in the helicopter. So my first landing was pretty smooth, as I expected it to be. I wanted to, fly it around a little bit more. I also wanted to see, exactly how hard you can land this. Like the Deluxo, for instance, you can pretty much slam down. Well, you can't slam down. You can drop it from any altitude and it won't break. So I wanted to see, how forgiving these pontoons were. So we went ahead and just took a quick flight over to the Los Alamos Sea, whatever the hell this. It looks like a lake to me. I can't remember what it's called. Hang on, I'm sure it'll tell me in a second. Yeah. So, anyways, this sea right here that we're Alamos Sea. There you go. And I came in pretty hard. That's not sped up. And we crashed. So, I don't think I came in that hard. I will go ahead and rewind that again. Alright, so here it is again, not sped up, just so you guys can see. You do have to be kind of gentle when you land this thing in the water. Not super gentle, but pretty gentle. There's the crash. Thanks again for watching the video and the support. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. And please subscribe, guys. I am 26 away from 100. So definitely pushing for that goal. Thank you for the support, and go ahead and check out one of these 2 videos while you listen to this super intense rock music. Thanks. See you in the next video.